There we go. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Beat the Book. As always, I'm one of your hosts on this show, Matty Betts. Thanks for tuning into the live stream. If you're here, if you're watching it in the future, then welcome in the future. It's kind of cool to be able to talk to people in the future. Big Al, how are you doing?
Hey, I'm doing good, Matt. It's Friday night, just hopping on here to talk about some extra bets we got for the divisional round. Our Sunday video was always our biggest video of the week, and we can't really do a Sunday video because there's not a full slate of games. So we figured we'll do a live on a Friday night. We'll talk kind of through some teasers, some touchdown props, parlays, some touchdown score parlays rather, and some prop parlays, and then just kind of any wild, crazy bets we want to build, and we figured we'd do it live. So if anybody joins in, they could hang out and chat with us.
Yep, exactly. That's why we're doing it live. You summed it up pretty nicely there. Yeah, the Sunday video.
I'm trying. I'm trying.
We always had the big 6 to 8 touchdown scores, 6 to 8 props from the game. So we just wanted to take a little bit of that and bring it into the divisional round of the playoffs. Also, we did it last round too. It's just we want to keep that core here. I know a lot of people did like those. They like the locks of the week a lot, but fitting
Mm-hmm.
locks of the week into the playoffs is kind of just tough. It also brings your overall percentage down. It's just hard to bet on games when it's win and done, and obviously we have our own takes and stuff like that. That's why we break every game down and give you guys where we're at, our picks, and also what we like to see from the game and the outcome, how the game will go. We do our full in-depth breakdown in the other videos, so if you guys haven't watched any of those, go check some of those out. I think we give pretty good insight. Obviously I'm a little biased here, but what do you think, Al?
No, I think we give pretty good insights, but we did each game. Treated each playoff game so far this season. We're going to continue for these next 2 weeks, but the Super Bowl and the champs games. But we've treated them all as their own individual primetime games. They deserve that because these teams have made it through the gauntlet that is the regular season. So, like to do a locks of the week video just doesn't really make sense when we've already given our leans, because the whole idea with the locks of the week is you pick some picks you love, I pick a five that I love, we come together and we take the best three. But when we've already done each video individually, we already know what you're thinking. What I'm so there that that sort of meeting of the minds doesn't even get a chance to happen because we've already talked it through.
Yeah, exactly. And this being a live stream, it's not going to be as scripted. Like, I'm not really sure what Al has planned. I was able to tell you right before we started,
Mm-hmm.
right before we went live, that my whole entire thing this year has been touchdown scores. I love taking touchdown scores. They pay like mad. Like, you can find,
Mm-hmm.
I've had reach picks all year too. So what I did, I'm not sure if you did, Al. You can tell the people if you did too. I made a 4 pick teaser. Normally on our Sunday videos we do a 6 point or a 6 pick 6 point teaser. Now we got to switch that to a four pick 6 point teaser. There we go. I said it right. Just because there's only 4 games, so there's only 4 things to do. I know on DraftKings you can do 6 because you can take the over under and the spread for the same game and throw it into a teaser.
Right.
But all the other books that I've looked at so far, or at least for this year, next year we'll dive into more books as more books open up too. But a
Yeah.
lot of them, they only allow you to take 1 pick from the game, whether it's the spread or the over under. So we can only really do 4 here. So I have 4 written down, and then I got 4 touchdown parlays for you as well.
Okay. Yeah. No, I have a 4 pick teaser for people that don't have DraftKings because, as far as we know, the only book that allows you to do, you know, teasers with picks from the same game is DraftKings. And then I have a 6 pick that I'm going to make on DraftKings. And then for anybody else that has DraftKings and wants to bet it, I'll throw that out there for them too. And then I have a 4 pick prop parlay and I have a 4 pick touchdown score parlay. I was looking through right before we went live here. I was looking through for some just game specials and just kind of some fun ones like I did last week. I will say, just to start this thing off, when we want to talk about last week, wasn't too hot with those specials. We did get Lamar. I gave him out for 40, the race to 40 yards with Derrick Henry. And then I said that you could take him for race to 20. It paid a little less. I did take both of those. He hit the 20. He missed on the 40. And then the only other bet that I ended up hitting was it was the Bills to get to 30 points. The
Yeah,
race
the
to 30
race to
points for the
30.
Bills. Yeah, I think it was straight money because they didn't expect they knew it was a possibility for them to get to 30, but they didn't know, and they got to 31, so they barely got it for us. But I had Broncos race to 10. They score 7, then they don't do anything with their next drive. So I thought I was cashing the race to 10 points too, but that one didn't pan out for me.
Yeah, bummer. They looked good early and then kind of fell apart. But how do you want to start
Yep.
this thing? How do you want to jump into it? How do you want to just set the ship
Well, you've got
into the
you've
sea?
got a ton of touchdown score parlays, right?
Yep.
So here's what I'm thinking. I think I'll hop into my prop parlay real
Okay.
quick because it's just 4 picks. I'll give that out. and then I think you're gonna like one of these picks a lot. But and
Lord.
then we'll jump to touchdown. I'll let you just kind of go. You can give out your 7 or 8 or 10 or however many of these
It's
things
just
you
four.
made,
It's just
and
four of
then
them.
okay, and then I'll give mine, and then we can hop into teasers, and then just kind of see where the vid takes us.
Okay. Sounds good to me.
You like that?
Yeah.
Okay, sounds good. All right, I'll just hop into this real quick. It's very simple. I just went through one pick from each game, right? Pretty straightforward. So I got Kareem Hunt at his line, 32 and a half rushing yards. I just took the over. I think he'll get 33 rushing yards. Seems pretty simple to me. It was minus 110. Then I got Austin Eckler, 25 plus rushing yards. He's plus 200. Maybe it was plus 110, but he's plus money to hit this. I think Brian Robinson's going to run the ball. He's the lead back. But Eckler, when he comes in, he runs with power. And obviously, we know what he did years back for the Chargers. So um, the Lions' defense is good, but like even Aaron Jones was able to run on him. So I think Eckler will be able to get 25 rushing yards. All he has to do is break one, and we've seen him break before. So, and then I got Puka Nacua, 100 plus receiving yards. He did that the first time they played the Eagles earlier on in the season, so I expect him to do that again. And then my final one, and you're gonna love this pick, Matt.
Okay.
It's Josh. I went deep into the book to find this one. It's Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson to combine for 6+ passing/rushing touchdowns.
Ooh. They combined for 6+. You got rushing and
Yep.
throwing.
Yep.
That's cool. I like that.
So because you're combining both of them, if Lamar has 6 touchdowns on the day, he throws 5, runs 1 in. You just hit without Josh even having to do anything. And we expect this game to be a fun shootout. So, and the book expects to be high scoring. That's why they set the line at 51 and a half. So, so I thought that was a cool prop. So I was like, I'll throw that in there. And it was plus money too. So, because they're minus money to hit 5, but to take 6, it was plus money. I was like, I'll throw that in. This thing pays out plus 21.43.
Plus 21.43. I like that. That's actually
For
really
4
good.
simple picks.
Yeah, for 4 simple picks. Like the last one. Oh, excuse me.
Mm-hmm.
The last one is like it. If you're like newer to betting, it might be a little like confusing and probably kind of difficult to go and find that bet too. It'd obviously be under game specials. That's the tab that you guys want to look at if you guys are betting online or even at the book. At the book, if you're doing it live in person, it'd most likely be under one of those tabs, like the game specials for that game. But definitely a pick that I like a lot. I think 6 touchdowns is definitely doable by both these quarterbacks. Combined, they both like to run the ball. They both have a lot of rushing touchdowns on the year and passing touchdowns. So, yeah, I like that a lot. That's a really nice pick there, and it pays out plus 21.43.
It's a fun one.
Yeah,
it's a fun one.
Really good payout.
Like I said, the payout's really good. I like. If I haven't told you guys, I know I've said it throughout the year. I bet all my parlays. I bet each line singly as well. So I'll throw a unit on the whole thing, and I'll throw a unit on each line. And that worked out really well for me on the season because there's a lot of times, and you guys, if you've played parlays ever, you guys know how it goes. It's like you can build this awesome parlay and you miss it by one leg. And I used to be the same way. So I was like, anytime I make a parlay, I'm betting single lines, unless it's the same game because those are different. But if I'm taking picks across games, I'm betting all those lines single because I've had so many times where you hit all but 1, all but 2, all but 3, and maybe you make a 10-legger, and it's like you hit on 7. You were right 80%, but you missed the 20% and you lose. Well, if you bet them all single, then if you're right 80%, you're still walking away with money. So.
Mm-hmm. And that's why if you're betting online too, I've noticed a lot of books have that cash out feature. So that way, if you do make a parlay like that, the book gets to save money on the chance that you don't hit that or that you do hit. Yeah, so they don't have to pay you out big money on a parlay. Yep. But then you can also just secure your win. It's normally 4 to 5 times your bet. So it's just one of those things where it's like it's a cool feature that a lot of the books online add, and you can also do it in person too. You just have to be like if you're betting at a casino, you still have to be at the casino to watch the game. So if you like for you, Al, I know that you're going to the casino, you're making your bets, and then you're coming back home to watch the games, like most people do, I think.
Right.
So it's like it's tough to be able to have that cash out feature. So if you're betting online, it's always nice to be like, okay, I can turn this $10, or whatever it is, your unit, and you can turn it in, 5, 6, 7 times it. And just take the money right now and risk, the 100 times if you made like a crazy parlay. But at least you're still like, hey, I can secure this. I can move on, survive till next week or whatever it may be and just book the win. But, yeah.
I remember doing that in Arizona when I was there visiting you because I could finally bet on my phone. And I had a parlay for one of the afternoon games, and I was like 2 legs away from it. And I'd put 20 on it or something like that. And it was like cash out now for $80. But the thing, if it would have hit, would have paid like 300 or 400. And I was like, dang, Matt, do I cash this out? And as the game got closer to the end and then the payout was less and less before. And then it was like, okay, I'm just going to let it ride because the payout's not worth it. But yeah, if you could you can pick up some quick money if you're able to cash out.
Yeah, and all you need to do is just hit 3 or 4 legs on your 6 or 7 legs, and then
Yep.
you get your money plus some back, and you can just cash out and walk away. That's something I might experience. I might jump into a little bit more next year, because maybe that's kind of the
Sure.
play. Just big units, big values on these kind of crazy parlays, or just like 6 legs, and then
Yeah.
just get it up to where it's double your bet, pull it out, and there you go. Like there is a chance for
I
that.
had a I had an 8 leg, maybe it was a 10 leg. I had a parlay that I made. This was not a pick I gave out on stream, but I took one touchdown score from each game in one of the games in like week 10, and I hit literally everything except for one. And I think it was it was some guy that's like a lock for scoring a touchdown, and he screwed me on it. I think it might have been like DK Metcalf or something. I don't know,
Okay.
but or maybe it was Kenneth Walker. But it was like
Kenneth
one of
Walker
those kind
makes
of
more
players.
sense because DK's not really a lock to score. Kenneth Walker was
No,
for a
but
while.
it was a guy that was scoring, and it
Yeah.
was like all I need, and the matchup was perfect, and that's the only thing I missed. And the thing paid out like plus 20 or 30,000. It was something stupid, and I put $10 on it or something like that. And it was going to pay out 6 grand. I don't know. It was absolutely nuts. And if I would have had a cash out feature, that thing would have probably cashed out for a ton.
Yeah, exactly. So it's a nice little addition, a nice little bonus for the online gamblers.
Absolutely.
hmm
Yep.
All right,
All right,
moving
Matt.
on. You want me to jump into
Hop
mine?
into some of these here.
All
Yeah,
right.
yeah. I mean, maybe do a couple. I'll do mine, then you do a couple more. I don't know.
Okay, I'll do two. I'll start with my favorites. So we have a favorites touchdown parlay here. Payout obviously
Okay.
isn't that high because just one from each game. But it's the favorites of the games. We're taking every single favorite. So if he's at the top of that list and the minus most money, that's who we're taking. That's who we're putting in this thing. Obviously, we like him too. It's not like we don't like him. The
Sure.
book likes him. We like him. He's probably going to score. I don't normally, if you guys have been watching all season, you guys know that when I'm taking touchdown scores, I'm not usually touching minus money unless it's a lock. Like if you're getting, Derrick Henry at like minus 150, I'll take Derrick Henry at minus 150. But I'm not taking Saquon at minus 300 or Derrick Henry at minus 300 depending on the matchup. I just don't do that. I know Big Al, you throw some in there, and I'm just every time I'm just like, what's the point? Like you're literally gonna put a unit on this guy to get a tenth of a unit back. Like it's not worth it for me, or a third of a unit. It's not enough for me. I like to spice it up. I like to get the bigger odds. So for the
Sure.
favorites, we're starting off with the favorite in the Chiefs and Texans game. We're just going game by game the way that they're on the board. We got Joe Mixon at
Yep.
plus 125. He is the favorite in this game, even though he is plus money. So Joe Mixon at plus 125. We're going Jameer Gibbs at minus 350. Saquon Barkley at minus 185. And Derrick Henry at minus 210. I think it's pretty easy. It's pretty simple. You go to the book, find the top guy. You can click on it. There you go. The parlay pays out plus 557. And I mean, and all these guys too, like Joe Mixon against the Chiefs defense. You can make an argument that Joe Mixon won't be able to score. But you can also make an argument that
Sure.
he's been a great running back all year. And this Texans team is a lot different without him. So I like Joe Mixon here. He's had a great year. I think it's going to keep going. It's in a big time game. So yeah, maybe a little shaky. But we've seen Joe Mixon before when he was on the Bengals in big moments in the playoffs. So I like Joe Mixon. He's got the repertoire to be there. So
Ooh,
and
good
then
word.
we
Good
also
pull.
got
Good pull.
Gibbs. Gibbs has been on a heater since Montgomery got hurt. Montgomery coming back hinders him a little bit. But we saw them both just kind of destroy teams all year when it came to scoring touchdowns. So Jameer Gibbs,
Yep.
easy there. Saquon, Derrick Henry, don't really have to talk about them. They're
Speak for themselves. Yep.
exactly. They're the two best running backs in the league, and I mean that's all you need to know. With two great O lines too.
So I like you took that all. It's just a running back parlay.
Yep,
But like, if you take Mixon out, what does it pay?
that's a good question. I'm not sure, but it's gonna only pay probably plus 200. Is what you'd probably get because it's minus 350, minus 185, and minus 210. But like for the sake of this, the stream and what we're doing, we're taking for the touchdowns at least for me. I'm taking one from each game. So there's no world where I take Mixon out just because I want somebody from that game. And like you could throw in like a Travis Kelsey. If
No,
you
I
wanted
know
to,
you're.
plus 150 because
No, I would just take him out and just bet the 3.
oh well then you'd probably get plus 200. If that, it might only
Okay.
be like a plus 180 because you're getting the minus
Mixon juice.
350 with Gibbs. Yeah, and Mixon's the only
Gibbs
one.
is minus 350.
Yeah, Gibbs is 350, and then Saquon and Derrick Henry is 210, and then you got
Yep.
Saquon at minus 185. Out of those three guys, Saquon's the better odds to score a
Wow.
touchdown, which is crazy, but I think it might have something to do with like the Rams defense looked good last week, so if that happens again, then Saquon doesn't do anything, but it's like, I mean, you're getting the better odds on the better running back. Like I love that pick right there.
Yeah, that's
Even
kind
though
of
I don't like
crazy.
minus money bets, but
Right.
hmm but yeah. So there's my favorites for you. I think that one's pretty good.
Yep.
It's pretty straightforward and it's pretty simple. So if you're new to betting and you're like, oh cool, put 5.5 times my unit, there you go. It's pretty self-explanatory. We like all these guys too. Next, I'll jump into
Yep.
one of mine. I'm thinking I'll jump into one of mine. Maybe we'll go back and forth. I don't know. But I'll go to my other
Okay.
one. This is just the touchdown scores that I like. So these next two that I have are just the normal ones. And then after that, we have our reach. I've given out a reach on every primetime game that we've done except for like maybe 6. And we've done a lot because there's 3 every week at least. So there's been a ton of them. I had to pay a little bit of homage, whatever, however you guys want to pronounce that word, with an H, without an H. I just wanted to pay a little bit of respect to the reach plays that I've made all year. I haven't actually been able to do one of these all year, a reach touchdown
Sure.
parlay. So doing a reach one, throwing them all together, at least plus 350. That's what we look for in a reach. It's at least plus 350, and we move on from there. So first one, though, is not a reach parlay. We'll save that one for the end because obviously it's a reach. It's going to pay the most.
Like mad. Yep.
Yeah, it's going to pay insane, probably. We'll see when we get to it. But my first one, we got Travis Kelce for the Chiefs at plus 150 against the Texans. Travis Kelce's had kind of a bum year, you could say. But the
Okay.
Chiefs have also just looked different. They're a different team, and they were literally just biding their time to the playoffs. Travis Kelce,
Yep.
we talked about this when we talked about this game with Texans Chiefs, and we said Kelce, we
Mm-hmm.
have no doubt in. He's going to be great. He has 13 straight postseason games with 70-plus yards, and we took him for 60.
Mm.
He's trying to go for that
Mm.
14. So, yeah, Travis Kelce can do whatever he wants to in the offseason. He can or during the season, he can get engaged. He can start dating a celebrity, whatever it may be. But when it comes time for the playoffs, he shows up. Let's go for number 14 here. We'll cash our bets, and he can get in the end zone, too. Then we're going to go with Terry McScorin. We have to. Terry McScorin for the Commanders up against the Lions. Love that there at plus 130. We got A.J. Brown at plus 150. Like we talked about, it's not just going to be the Saquon show. They're going to have to pass the ball, and A.J. Brown's the number one receiver on that team, so I've got to take him there. And then, last but not least, we're going to go with Mark Andrews, tight end for the Ravens. Against the Bills, it's going to be cold. I think they're going to get close, and it's just going to be, where's Mark Andrews? And you're just going to throw the ball to him. I think that's what's going to happen, a little safety blanket for Lamar Jackson and Mark Andrews. And that pays out plus 38.53. So it's almost 40 times your
Okay.
unit. It's not as big as we've had in the past because it's only 4 picks, so I had to find a couple to juice this thing up. But it's
Sure.
not really that juiced because the highest one that we have on this is plus 175. So we
And
got two
that's AJ.
150s. So it's pretty good for the 4 picks. This is why I've been doing touchdown scores all year. I love them because you have 4 guys that are actually like plus 150. You would think, oh, probably not going to score, but it's kind of in that realm where it's like he's almost even money. So it's like you're right there. The book thinks that they will score. They have a really good chance of scoring. So I like those
Mm-hmm.
guys. You can take 4 of them, and it pays out 38 times your bet.
Well, and these guys are all studs. You're
Mm-hmm.
not going deep into the roster to find these guys who have 2 touchdowns on the year. Like you have the guy in Travis Kelce, you've got the guy in Terry McLaurin who had he was third in the league in catches as a receiver. Then you got AJ Brown, who obviously we know he's had a great career, and then Mark Andrews, who is Lamar said his favorite teammate. So
Yeah, exactly.
yeah,
It's
I
just
love
it
that.
speaks for
I
itself.
love it.
All of them are studs. I trust all of them to score this weekend. It's
40x, yes,
and it's the
please.
playoffs. Like the playoffs, the stars show up. We know this. The stars don't just fall
The
off a
stars shine,
cliff.
and if the stars don't shine, you lose.
Yep,
So
exactly. And that's fine by me because if the Chiefs get absolutely destroyed in this game, we know Kelsey didn't have a good game. We know Mahomes didn't have a good game. We know the Stars didn't have a good game, and that's why they lost. It's not like they're going to
yep.
win and Kelsey's going to have 10 yards. Then again, we did see that with Cooper Cup, but they have more weapons over there on that team, so, in the Rams.
And they didn't need him.
Yeah, exactly. They didn't. Puka was running wild, and yeah, they
The
were
game
fine.
was over. I mean,
The game was over at
The
halftime.
game was in hand. It was in hand. It
Yeah.
was. They didn't even need it. So
Cool. So what do you want to do next? You want me to jump into my third one? You want to go one of your picks,
Uh,
your touchdown
I'll
parlay?
give you mine,
Okay.
and then you can jump into your last 2, and then we can hop into the teasers. So,
Okay.
all right. So mine pays out 8,200.
Oh, okay. A little big one there.
Pretty good. It's just 4 picks, okay? And you might like this one too. So for the first game, I got DeAndre Hopkins. He's been kind of
Okay.
quiet last couple of weeks, so I got D Hop to get in the end zone in a playoff game. He hasn't been in the playoffs in a long time, so I expect
He's
him
plus
to
money
when
in
he
that
does
too,
get in the playoffs.
for
Yeah,
sure.
he is plus money. Then I got Sam Laporta.
Yep.
We know what Sam Laporta is. This game's going to be one of the only games. I think it's the only game that's indoor, right?
What?
perfect
Oh,
conditions.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Perfect conditions. It's going to be indoors. You're not going to have to worry about weather. It should be high scoring. You got two offenses that can score. So I like Laporta getting the end zone. I got AJ Brown just like you do. And then my final pick is Isaiah Likely, simply because I put Mark Andrews in my picks for the video, the main video.
Hmm.
So I didn't want to use the same pick and then have like that lose and this lose. So I took Likely. And that
Okay.
pays out plus 8,200. It's pretty heavy.
Yeah, no, the 8,200 is nice. I like that. With 4 picks, like I was worried that we weren't going to be able to build parlays like this that would actually pay out this much.
Sure.
But you
Sure.
definitely can if you just have to strike for a couple guys that are like 200, 250, and you can get that thing bumped up a little bit. Because like once you get to that fourth pick, the fourth pick is important, and if you have somebody that's juicing it, or that your last pick is a plus 250, it just juices it to the moon, and it's insane. So
Yep.
the 82 times your bet. I mean, I'm gonna definitely be betting yours. We'll see. I do like Mark Andrews a little bit more than Likely in this game, but I don't mind doing it, and I might just do two of them and just do the same picks and then just switch out Likely for Mark Andrews. But like the AJ Brown, Sam Laporta, and DeAndre, I love those 3 picks right there. I like
when I
DeAndre a lot.
first built it, it was 8,600, and then it adjusted like
Okay.
4 seconds later, and one of the lines moved, so it dropped to 82. So when you do get to the book, if the lines have moved, or if you're playing on like FanDuel, which we know gives really good odds, you might be able to get. I mean, this thing might pay 10,000 over on FanDuel. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, I'll jump into my second to last one. Uh,
Okay.
this one, another one, it's not anything special. It's literally just 4 guys that I like from the game, similar to what Al did. I don't have as many reaches on this. My biggest reach on this one, it is my bigger reach, and it's at plus 210, and that's Cooper Cup.
Okay.
As that's how we're starting it off with Cooper Cup at plus 210. Cooper Cup really quiet last week. I think it was all part of the plan. I think this week is the week that they start getting him more involved. He's going to have more than just one target and one catch. So, like Cooper Cup a lot in this game. We've talked about it ad nauseum at how good Cooper Cup is, even though he's
Yes.
aging is what they say.
He's what, 30?
Yeah, I mean he's still got it though. We've seen him all year.
He's still.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
we saw him in the one catch that he had last week. So we're gonna go Cooper Cup there. Then we're going Joe Mixon. He's in my favorites one. He's a plus 125. You're getting plus money on the favorite in the game. I'm taking that every single time I can. Then we're also taking Sam Laporta for ours, plus 145. And then last but not least, to round this one out, we're going James Cook. Love James Cook.
Yeah.
He's great. He's the only other guy on the team that I feel confident about getting a touchdown besides Josh Allen on the Bills. So let's go James Cook there at plus 105. And that pays out plus 3,400.
Okay.
So, it's still lower than yours. Both of mine, you still make more if you hit on your 4 picks as opposed to my 8 picks. I have a couple more favorites in mine than you do. But I like the picks a lot. I mean, it's 34. It's still 34 extra bet. And then with this way, you get 2 different chances. You have 4 different guys on each touchdown scorer parlay. And that's what I'm trying to do here is give you guys 2 different ones where it's like if you guys like a certain guy better, or it's just 4 different touchdown scorers from all the games.
Right. No, mine pays out more than all 3 of yours combined.
That is true because the other one's only 500. So,
Yeah.
So good on you to make a good one. That is a good one. Like I said,
No,
there's a lot.
I was pretty happy when I saw it, but like I said, Likely was I think close to plus 300 over on DraftKings, and so when I threw him in, I was already at plus 2,000 with just D Hop, Laporta, and AJ Brown, and then when I added Likely, it 4x'd it. So I was like, okay, let's go.
All right. I do have a request for you.
Here we go.
So the payout on this last one is pretty big.
Okay.
So I can do it right now. There's no problem in doing that. And then we can jump into the teasers. Okay. Or we could do the teasers first and save this for kind of like the last thing that we do.
You want to save that as the pace?
Kind of like the icing on the cake, yeah. But if you want to do it, if you want me to do it first, I can do that. I'm definitely going to be making a video out of it and posting the video just separately. And then, yeah.
Sure. Let's do the teasers and we'll save it. We'll save it for near the end. I'm excited to hear it.
You're gonna love it, and everybody's gonna love it. If you guys are watching now or in the future, hopefully you guys are watching the stream before the games actually start tomorrow morning. But we'll see.
They'll figure it out. We'll make sure we'll make a short out of it. Throw it out there.
Okay.
Insane payer.
4-pick teaser. I'll jump into mine first. Mine's pretty simple. I do not have an over/under. We saw a lot of the games go under last week.
And went spread.
I went just spread. And it's all the spreads pretty much that I liked on the games. You're going to give me 6 more points. I got to take it. And also it's just it's the over-under, right? I played the overs all year with the teasers. I never bet an under. I just didn't. Yep. So it's fun to bet the overs. And I think a lot But last week we had a lot of unders. This week we could have a lot of overs, or we could have more of the same, and it could just be a bunch of unders again. So it was too much,
Okay.
in my opinion, from what we saw last week to know what was going to happen or have a good read on it. So I was like, I'm just going to take the teams that I watched last week that looked good, that I feel good about. Okay. And obviously, two of the
Okay.
teams are favorites, but whatever. We'll get to that. So my first pick is Rams plus 12. We're teasing them from a plus 6 to a plus 12. Rams in this game, you and I both think that they win this game. And we
Okay.
also think that they have a really good chance. They should be in this game the whole entire time. The Eagles, in my
Yes.
opinion, in any world, do not blow them out of the water. So I like the
Nope.
Rams here at plus 12. I think that's a lock, like guaranteed. Then next we're going Bills plus 7. You're going to give me the Bills at home plus 7 against the Ravens. I love that because I think the Bills win this game. I think it's disrespectful to have them dogs at home against the Ravens when they have a better record. The Bills have looked better all year than the Ravens have. So don't give me this
Yep.
joke. They played against the Ravens. The Ravens beat them in Baltimore. Oh, wow. They blew them out of the water. Then guess what happened? Then the Bills just went on a juggernaut spree and said, we're Thanos now. Try to stop us. Let me snap my fingers real quick. We have Josh
Give me
Allen.
those Infinity Stones.
We
real
have no
quick, right?
Stephon Diggs, and Josh Allen's playing better than he did last year. Yeah, it's just it's
Mm-hmm.
pathetic that the book would do that, and I think maybe it is to like get Bills Mafia like, hey, bet on them, and then the Ravens come in here and destroy him again. I don't know, but we'll see. I like the Bills there at plus 7. Then we're going Lions minus 3.5. Lions are at home. I know that it's the hook is right there too, and they have to win by more than 3. I don't
Right.
care. I really don't. I think the
Okay.
Lions win this game by 10 plus. So give me the Lions here at minus 3.5 in Detroit. And then, last but not least, we're taking the Chiefs at minus 2.5. I do think it was too many points. We're both on the Texans on the plus 8.5. But when
Yep.
when you're talking teasers, I'm not gonna take the Texans plus 12.5. I thought about it, or plus 14.5. I'm not gonna do that. I've done that a couple times this year, and it never works
You
out.
have.
It
It
never
burned you
works
every
out.
time, and
Yeah, and
I
it's
was imploring you. I was like, please, if you're gonna tease a side in a big spread game, just tease the team that's like favored.
exactly. And that's the issue that I'm running into with this. Like the Rams plus 12, that's not that big of a number, especially with the teams and the matchup. I think the Rams have a great
We
chance
think
there.
it's a misplaced line that the Rams are even +6 because, like, we both said it was going to be +3.5 or 4.5 is what we thought the line would be. So we think 6 is already too many points. So
Exactly.
that makes sense to tease. But
Mhm.
when it like earlier on, I think you took well, who'd you take? Like someone was +14. You're like, I'm teasing them to a +20.
It wasn't
Like,
that high. It was a plus. I think it was a plus 11. I got them at plus 17.5, and they lost by like
and then they
28.
lost by
They got
yeah,
blown
and
out
it's
of the
like there's a
water.
reason that they're +11, but +6 or 7, +6 for the Rams in this situation is a little different. And you're getting there's a lot of reasons that the Rams at +12
Yeah.
makes more sense than taking a terrible team at +17 or 18.
Yeah, and the Texans aren't a terrible team. Obviously, they're here for a reason, but it is the Chiefs, and I'm just going to trust the Chiefs here. Every time that I've tried to bet against the Chiefs or said they're going to lose, they just didn't. So I like the Chiefs to win here. They only have to win by a field goal. That's what they've been doing all year. I love the pick right there at minus 2.5. And then obviously we're not doing the big ones. We're not doing 6 picks, so it's not paying out plus 600. It's only giving you a plus 250. But we still want to do a teaser for you guys because that's what we used to do on our Sunday videos. So that's mine.
Correct. Okay. I have the same exact 4 picks in my 4 pick. I have Chiefs -2.5. Lions, you're a point higher. It's still -8.5 on DraftKings. So I got Lions at -2.5, just like the Chiefs. I got the Rams at plus the 12, and I got the Bills +7.5.
Okay.
Because they're +1.5 over on DraftKings.
Mhm.
But to your point about the Chiefs, it's so funny you say that. Every time you've bet against the Chiefs, you've lost. I've bet on the Chiefs twice this season in my teasers, and both times I lost because of them.
And you're going to do it
They were
again.
supposed to cover. They were supposed to cover against the Panthers, and they didn't cover because that game came down to a field goal. And I think they were 10-point favorites. I think so. I teased them with -4. They lose. They win by 3, and then they screwed me over when I had them +8 in that teaser, which lost me thousands of dollars. So, yeah, the Chiefs have not been friendly to me this year, but I think they can win this one by a field goal. So you have to take the champs teased at home in the divisional round. Mahomes is Mahomes. Kelsey's Kelsey. That team is that team. So
Yeah.
that just makes sense.
I will say, like, so, like, for the Steelers and I, right? We have this
Right,
relationship where
right.
they've screwed me twice now out of teasers
Yes.
and a lot of money.
Mhm.
So I'm a scorned lover, right? When
Yep.
it comes to you and the Chiefs, you guys have a different relationship. You're a
How's
scorned,
that?
you're a scorned but desperate lover, and you keep coming back for more even though you're scorned, and you're just like, no, 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 no.
I don't think
it'll work out this time. It'll work out this time.
it's not even that. It's just like They are the Chiefs. It's just I how they screw me by 1 point both times is what really gets my goat. That's just really it. And there was the only pick left on my teaser that screwed it. And it's like, come on, Chiefs. So the one time I bet on you, and then I go back to the well and I lose again. It's just like, come on, man. You can't trust these guys in big spread.
No, you can only trust the Titans over.
But so then if you are on DraftKings, you can do a 6-leg parlay because you can take an over-under. So I've got 2 over-unders that I threw into this one to make it a full 6-leg parlay, or teaser rather. I have the Chiefs over. It sounded weird coming out. Chiefs over teased down to over 35.5 from 41.5. And then I have the Lions Commanders under teased down. I teased the under from 55.5 up to 61.5. So they just got to stay under 61.5, and that thing cashes. So I feel pretty good about that. I think that game's going to get one team's getting to 30. The other team could keep it close. As long as both teams don't get to 30, I think we'll be under this number. So I feel pretty good about
it. Okay. That was just 2 picks, wasn't it?
Well, it's the same 4. No, it's the same 4 picks.
4 plus the 2.
And then I just added in the 2 over-unders to make it the full 6.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. For some reason, I thought you were going to be doing like 6 whole new picks, but that doesn't make any sense.
No, I'm not going to be pick because I don't have to. I'm not even going to bet the 4 pick because I can take the full 6. So that's what I'm going to do. But I wanted to give out the 4 pick, which is the same as yours.
Yeah, exactly, which is funny. Yeah, it's crazy. So, we're kind of in lockstep now.
I think that's the first time. First time this year we had the same teaser.
Yeah, well, there's also only 4 games.
There's only 4 teams to choose from.
We agreed on a lot of them. We agreed on a lot of them. So.
Well, it's too simple. Like you got the spreads right there, and you like the numbers, and you know the teams. Like these are the games we got to be getting right.
Yeah.
Because we've watched these guys all year long. We've bet on these guys, and these are the biggest. So as long as you're not betting on unproven people, like the Commanders, kind of unproven because of rookie quarterback. Lions, they've been in the playoffs now. You know, they lost in the champs game last year, right?
Yep.
So it's like they know what time it is.
They know what's at stake.
So we trust them to show up and be who they've been.
And I'm also just really hoping for a Lions-Rams rematch. That's really what I want to see out of these playoffs. I want Lions-Rams. I don't really care who wins at that point because I'll be happy either way. But all I know is that we will get a shootout. And it'll be Stafford going back home, and he's going to be a big road underdog, just like he was last year. And it's just going to be embarrassing because it's like, dude, he's played in Detroit longer than he's played in LA. And the book just doesn't think that.
Like, whose home is this? Whose home is this?
They don't think the history resonates. And it's like, dude, I'm telling you right now, Stafford, if you had a job for a decade, or almost a decade at one company, I think you'd remember everything about that company. You'd remember where everything is.
And last year in the playoffs, they take him to overtime.
Yep.
And then this year, first game of the year, take him to overtime without Puka for a whole half. So it's like Stafford, when he's gone back to Detroit, has played great. Like, it's not like they've lost both games, but they've been really, really close. So, no, it's fun. And then on the opposite side, if you flip it to the AFC side, let's just assume the Texans get taken care of and the Chiefs move on to the champs game like we expect. You're either going to get Chiefs-Ravens, which is last year's AFC champs game, or you're going to get Chiefs-Bills, which has been a champs game before, and we got to see that matchup earlier on this season. And Josh did what he does in the regular season and beat Mahomes, but he can't seem to beat him in the playoffs. So either side of that, it's going to be an awesome champs game. So the champs games could be, if we get Lions-Eagles, they never played this year.
Yeah, like Lions-Eagles would be great. The only one that I'm worried about, the only matchup I'm worried about here, because even Commanders-Rams would be great. Even Commanders-Eagles would be great because they have the same, philosophy.
Third time this year they'll have
we have a running back, we have a running quarterback, and a good running back, and then the same with the other side. So it's that whole entire narrative and atmosphere. And then the only thing that would screw up the playoffs, in my opinion, would be if the Texans beat the Chiefs, because I don't want to see the Texans in the next round, and I don't think a lot of people do. I think a lot of people want to see either the Ravens or the Bills take on the Chiefs and beat them. And prove, hey, there is another contender here that can keep up with the Chiefs and beat the Chiefs, and Mahomes isn't unbeatable. He can be beat, and he can be...
By more than just Joe Burrow.
And also more than just by 3 points, because I see either of those teams... I mean, I don't want to say blow out the Chiefs, but I do. I see both of those teams winning by 10 points. The way that they've been playing is just insane in comparison.
Let's not forget, the Bills beat them by 9 in the regular season and screwed me out of a lot of money. Mm-hmm. And then the Ravens, if Likely's foot's not on that line, we were getting overtime in the first game of the year.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And that game was epic. Like, it took a while. You could tell the Ravens didn't. they didn't even look like themselves. And we were like, what happened to the Ravens? And then they started to find it near the end of that game. And then, bing, they're in a position to tie the game and take it to overtime. But unfortunately, Likely's foot's on the line and it's game over. But yeah, no, I mean, yeah, Ravens, Chiefs, Bills, Chiefs, that's going to be a banger. And that's what is the most likely scenario to happen.
Yeah, for sure. All right. Last thing that we got for you guys is my last touchdown scorer parlay. Al.
Well, I got a couple props.
Oh, you do? Okay. I didn't know if you had that or not.
Yeah. No, I can do that after you do your touchdown.
Okay. I mean, if you want to. If you want me to jump into mine first, I will. Okay. You wanted to end the stream with your picks. I get it. Little selfish.
No, not
but
even that.
Okay.
But like you can throw in a random pick at the end here.
Okay, whatever. All right, I'll jump into it. Like I said, this is a reach touchdown scorer parlay. Okay, so it's nothing.
Right, so not likely to happen. You're burning your money, but it's like buying a lotto ticket. It's buying a Powerball ticket.
Yeah, it's not guaranteed. These are reach plays.
Not guaranteed. None of these are guaranteed.
My picks for the reach, if you guys don't know, if it's your first time watching, my whole thing that I do is at least plus 350 in the odds. So at least plus 350. It's a reach for a reason. It's probably not going to happen. But if it does, and now we're doing our first one of the year, which is a reach touchdown parlay. So we're taking 4 guys, one from each of these games, the reaches that I like each of these games. We're throwing them together. Payout's going to be crazy. I'm telling you right now, probably not going to happen. Your odds of hitting are very, very low. But we're going to kind of go through it. We'll go for it, and we'll see what you think, Al. Okay. First one we got here. Okay. We're going Bills. We're going reverse order here. We're going Bills, Ravens. Okay. We're taking Mac Hollins. Plus 500.
Love it. Okay.
Mac Hollins.
He scored last week, right?
Sure. I don't know.
Yeah, no.
I don't know if he scored last week. But on the season.
And he was talking trash.
Yeah, I have stats on the season. Okay. 31 catches, 5 touchdowns. That's the only thing I care about. I don't care about his yards. I do not care because a touchdown can be a 1-yard catch. Okay. He had 31 catches, 5 touchdowns. Not bad. He had 5 touchdowns. That's kind of like a good threshold to be at because obviously the reach players, they don't score every week. They're not the stars. They don't score every week, but they do score. And you want to make sure that they've scored before. Okay. Next, okay? Yes, we're not going reverse order. But Lions game, Tim Patrick. We already talked about it. Plus 375. Okay? Right at my little threshold there at plus 350. He's sitting at plus 375. Love that there. Tim Patrick on the year. Okay? Hasn't been a great year for him. 33 catches. Okay? So 2 more catches than Mac Hollins. 2 less touchdowns. He only has 3. Okay. So he's going to have to put in some work. We need him to do some big things here. But it's the Lions. They always do these stupid trick plays, weird stuff. I love Tim Patrick. He's always vulturing touchdowns from Jameson Williams, who's at plus 110. So love that play right there. Okay, next, Chiefs, Texans. We're going Noah Gray. Noah Gray's that one guy where it's just like, holy frick, how was he so wide open? How did he get a touchdown? Oh, wait, they have this guy called Travis Kelce on the team that literally takes all the double coverage. And this guy is a tight end that blocks too. And he fakes him out, runs a great route. And guess what? There's a touchdown. So taking him, he's at plus 550. So all these guys are juicing this thing up, okay? He's a plus 550, 40 catches on the season, also 5 touchdowns, just like Mac Hollins.
Okay.
So 5 touchdowns is not impossible, right? Hey, feels pretty good right now, okay? Now we get to the player that we are not actually that excited about because this player on the year, 6 catches, 0 touchdowns.
Can I guess?
6 catches, 0 touchdowns.
Oh, then I don't think I've got it. I thought you were going to take Calcaterra.
No. Whoa, from the... it's the Rams and Eagles. Yeah, no. So 5 catches or 6 catches on the whole entire year, no touchdowns. Matt, why are you throwing this guy in your freaking reach touchdown scorer parlay, okay? Because these are regular season stats. This man, my man, scored a touchdown last week for the Rams.
Yeah, he did.
He scored a touchdown for the Rams. Davis Allen plus 1,100. We already talked about this. It's plus 1,100. That's a parlay on its own. That's parlay odds right there that you're getting on this guy. That literally
Is Goddard playing? Is Goddard playing?
Don't know. Don't care. It doesn't matter. And it's not Goddard. You're thinking about the other guy. Dallas Goddard's for the Eagles.
I think Higbee. Is Higbee
playing? Higbee. Yeah, Higbee probably is. I don't care. This guy's a stud. I'm trusting it, and I'm taking it, okay? This parlay pays out plus 22,000.
Okay.
For 4 picks.
22 grand.
Oh, wait. Sorry, guys. We had an error there. We missed a decimal point. 222,000. 222,000 plus 222,000. Are you kidding me? As John Gruden would say, are you kidding me?
Are you kidding me?
Come on.
Get him on the ground.
222,000.
I don't want pressures. I want sacks.
222,000 for this.
That's insane.
It's 2,000 times your bet.
That is
2,000 times your
insane.
bet. Just think about that. You throw $5 on this. You're winning 50K.
Okay.
Or no, you're winning 10K.
10K.
10K. Yeah. So, all I'm
That's like
saying,
50K.
it's
That's
most likely
interesting,
not
man.
going to happen, right? It's not going to. That's why we're doing this. It's just something fun. We just want to give a shout out to all the reach picks that we've had this year. But if it
Well, you want
does,
to.
if this does hit, which we can
Then,
see,
hey,
we can see Mac Hollins, right?
book the boys trip to Vegas.
Dude,
book
we're living it up.
Book the trip with the lady to Sandals, Jamaica.
Book the pre-order for the next GTR. We'll be going to Vegas in style. But I'm just saying, you can see Mac Hollins get a touchdown here. You can see Tim Patrick get a touchdown here. You can also see Noah Gray get a touchdown here. The only one that worries you is this Davis Allen guy, but we saw him score last week. So give me another one there for
Now,
me.
so here's the thing, right, with the Davis Allen pick. Davis Allen scored last week because Higbee was out for the whole half, and he scored in the second half when he caught that touchdown.
Yep.
And it was Higbee's route, and he took over for Higbee, so he knows the whole playbook and all that stuff. And Stafford found him wide open in the middle of the field, and he just ran to the nobody even touched him. It was very similar to the Kyron Williams wheel out and just wide open in the middle. Stafford found him. It was like that. I just looked it up. Higbee has no injury designation going into this game, so he's going to play.
So like I said, there's a reason this guy's plus 1,100.
They didn't know that when they set that line. I think it was probably plus 1,100 last week.
Well, I looked at it today. So if Higbee's
No, I know.
healthy,
I'm just saying, like, but I think they're like, okay, this guy scored, bet him again, so let's just freaking plus 1,100 this guy.
Yeah.
He's not going to score.
But he might. And we already saw it. And Stafford likes the guys that score. He likes the guys that freaking do the work. Put in the work. Put in the time. Put in the blood, sweat, and tears. This guy put in the blood, sweat, and tears last week.
Get him on the ground.
Get him on the field. Get him in there for one play. Touchdown. We're walking to the bank, and we're making a lot of money. We're going to go buy a new car. We're going to take the boys to Vegas. We're going to go on a golf trip. We're going to do something fun. I'll tell you guys all about it. It's going to be awesome. But I'm just telling you, 222,000 for a payout on a parlay for 4 people is insanity, and that's why we like touchdown scores. Hope you guys enjoyed all the content that we brought you this year. It was been freaking fun, and it's been awesome, and we're gonna keep it going.
It's been a great season.
Could you imagine if we hit this out? We're gonna have to do one of these every single week next year.
We'll talk about adding it, but let's see if it hits.
I'll have
right?
to. You won't
let's
have
talk,
to.
Let's see if it actually hits.
I mean,
right?
We're going to be one away. I'm going to probably set this thing at like half the odds. If half the things hit, like cash out if it ever gets to this certain number, and that'll be a special number, and, we'll cash out for that, call it good.
Right.
But, I mean, it's crazy. We could see it happen. And I'm going to be so happy. The cool thing is, Rams-Eagles play Sunday morning. So we're going to know on Saturday if we already hit the first 2.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this thing, I expect it to be dead.
Sunday morning.
It is a long shot parlay. It's gonna be dead after the first game.
No, dude.
Realistically,
not even a little bit.
Like you said, this is a reach. This is a lotto tip. This thing is not a professional.
No, don't go and take out a mortgage or a loan to go and put a bet on this thing.
You're like, oh, plus 220,000, I can pay off my house.
Now, if you do go and take out a second mortgage, get a HELOC, whatever you do, and you take out your loan, you max out your credit cards, and you do bet this. I'm not saying to. Al's telling you not to. I'm telling you not to. If you do, let me know. Send me a picture. I'll give you guys my email.
No.
Send me a picture of your bet. I want to see it. Because if you actually threw that much money on this stupid parlay, then that is idiotic. But if it cashes, you're a millionaire overnight.
You're the biggest idiot ever.
But you're a multimillionaire overnight.
You should call 1-800-GAMBLER if that happens, actually.
Yeah.
Because you clearly will have a problem.
Yeah, you'll have a mortgage problem. But if you're wealthy and you have money, it's not bad just to throw a unit on, or even half a unit, a tenth of a unit if you want to. It doesn't matter.
Plus 220,000, $100 pays out 200.
Yeah, exactly.
So if you just want to pay off half your house.
Yeah, but don't
in
throw.
Most places.
But it's also at the end of the day, you have to know that you have a 99.9% chance that this thing does not hit. So just understand that. I do them because they're fun. I'm betting on it because I think it's fun. And if it does hit, it gives me a lot of clout and a lot of respect going into next year, where people will call me the wizard or the touchdown god or something. I don't know. I'll have to come up with a name for myself.
The wizard?
I'd want to be called the touchdown wizard. Yes, that would be dope. I'd show up every day with a freaking wizard cap on, dude. Solid gold wizard cap. It'd
Freaking
break my neck,
touchdown
but
Gandalf over here.
touchdown Gandalf. I'll take it. Nah, Saruman, dude. I'm a little bit more evil
Oh
than
my
Gandalf
goodness.
the White.
Okay, so I got a couple here. I'm kind of go because I wasn't able to get through all of them before we went live here. But so the first two I like. It's from the first game. It's the only two. So I'm gonna just take two from each game, right?
Okay.
So for the first game, Chiefs Texans. I'm gonna do the race to points again. I like the Texans race to 10 points at plus 235. We talked about it in the Chiefs Texans video. If the Chiefs start slow, I think that's the Texans' hope. They're gonna want to get the ball, get a lead, and then let their defense eat. So I like Texans race to 10 at plus 235, and they have a Texans race to 5 that pays plus 175. So if Texans get the ball, can go down the field, score a touchdown. I like that. So I'll bet both of those. That's what I like for that game. I'm gonna pull up Commanders Lions here. Um, Pat McAfee show. I was watching that earlier today. They were talking about there's a prop. I can't find it on DraftKings, but it's plus 2,000 for there to be no punts.
Oh. Hmm.
The Commanders go for it on fourth down
Yeah, and
all
so
the
do the
time,
Lions.
and the Lions score a lot. And so,
They
if you
also.
take that, the over under for punts in this game is 6.5.
Oh, under for sure.
So the under's minus 170. I like that as a prop bet.
Yeah.
Like it's super juiced, but it's probably going to cash. So I like that a lot. What else? So those are the two from that. If you can find the no punch, I like that. Plus 2,000. That's just stupid, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I like that. What else do we got? So we'll hop to the next game here. Ka-ching, ka-ching. I'm just kind of, looking at player
Yeah,
specials.
no, you're just kind of
specials,
going
that kind
through
of
it.
thing.
The specials
Yeah, so
tab
we
is a
got
fun place to be.
Rams Eagles. Here we go. What do I want to play in this? Team props. No, game props. Here we go.
It's always fun to be able to find like really cool props.
Each team. Okay, I like this prop. Each team to score a touchdown and a field goal in the first half.
Okay.
I like the yes. It's plus 390.
Mm-hmm.
So both teams need to get to 10 points.
Yeah, that's all you need. It's just 10 points.
Yep.
For each team.
Yeah, that's not.
What'd you say the payout was on that?
Plus 390, brother.
All right. I like a
That's pretty
plus
high. That's one of the reasons I like it is because of the odds. But
well, yeah, for sure. I mean, they're just quick props that you just pick one. The book sets it for a reason. I cashed on one of those earlier. It was each team to have what was it? It was each team to have a touchdown and a field goal in each half. That's what I bet on.
Yeah, I've bet on that before too.
Mm-hmm. And then
That's a tough one. I like a fun prop is to happen in every quarter points.
Yeah, the over under on points or like 10 points.
No,
quarter.
it's just it's just there to be points in every quarter.
Oh, okay. Mhm.
That's a fun little prop. Let's see here. Hold on. You could pick the correct score. I don't really that. Every quarter. To happen every quarter, points. Yeah, it's minus 425 in this game. That's freaking touchdown and field goal in every quarter, plus 2,500. That's really, really stupid.
Yeah, I like that. We'll be taking that one. Thank you very much. In which game?
Ooh,
is that Bills or Ravens?
This is Rams.
Okay.
Eagles. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and take this. Rams money line first quarter. The Eagles suck in the first quarter. I had money line. Packers first quarter last week, and if they don't fumble that frickin' first punt, or kickoff, which was not a fumble, I'll die on that hill. They would have won that quarter because the Eagles didn't do anything with the ball once they got it at the 20.
Yeah.
But it's plus 170 for the Rams to win the first quarter. So I like Rams first quarter. I think they're going to do what the Packers did, take the ball, go down the field and score, just like Stafford did against the Vikings. And then the Eagles are not going to be able to answer as stoutly as the Rams will score. So I like Rams money line first quarter. I'll give that one for my second pick in this game. And then I need two picks from this final game.
You gonna do a rushing one again? Try to find that
rushing
with
one.
the race to 10 yards or 20 yards or whatever for Lamar and Derrick Henry.
I do definitely want to do that.
I wonder if there's one that you can take a race to like 20 and 40 for Josh Allen and Lamar.
I think was that for Josh Allen and Lamar?
Yeah, if there's a race for them.
Something. Uh,
There might not
there
be.
is Josh. There is Lamar and Josh to record 5 rushing yards in each. That pays plus 1,500.
Oh, what? 1,500?
That's an interesting one, but that's because Josh doesn't
Oh, is
run.
that each of them to record 5 or to combine for 5?
No, they both have to run for
Oh,
5 yards
okay.
each quarter.
I don't mind it actually.
This one, that one's a lot. Plus 9,000. Derrick Henry, Lamar Jackson to each record 15 rushing yards in each quarter. That's a ton.
That's a tough one, but it could happen.
It'd be tough for Lamar. Derrick will get 15 every quarter, but
Yeah.
Lamar getting 15 every quarter is a lot. Derrick Henry and James Cook to each record 10 plus rushing yards in each quarter. That's plus 2,000. I kind of like that one.
Well, I'm taking that other one that you said, Josh Allen and Lamar to get 5 rushing yards in each quarter. I love that.
Are you really?
Yeah, 1,500. Oh, you know the way to my heart is big odds on one simple bet.
Yeah, 1,500. Lamar and Josh to each record 5 plus rushing in each quarter.
Oh yeah, dude, we're doing that for sure. That's
How about this
doable
one?
for sure. They each get a
I don't like
possession.
that
Lamar
one.
gets about 5 yards at least every possession. Josh Allen would be the only like outlier there, especially if they are killing them. But if they're behind, Josh Allen's gonna be running, and if the Ravens are ahead, they're still gonna be running Lamar.
How do you like this one? Each team to score in all 4 quarters.
That's tough. I think I'd let.
It's plus 550.
Yeah, I'd rather have that for the Commanders Lions, and that's probably lower too. It's probably like.
How about this
200.
one? This one's plus 500. This is actually not a bad little one. Josh Allen and Lamar to each record 30 passing yards in each quarter.
Ooh. No. I don't like that. Only reason I don't like that is because we could see Josh Allen and Lamar each have a drive where the running back carries it, and they rush it themselves. So I think that's kind of a bait play.
This one feels like a freaking slam dunk. Derrick Henry and James Cook to each record 5 plus rushing yards in each quarter.
Yeah, what did the payout on that though?
Plus 400.
Plus 400 is good for that. Yeah, that's like a reach touchdown score. I like
should
that.
I just live build? Should I live build one of these? A parlay? I take one of these picks for each game?
I mean, if you want to, you can.
Because this is going to pay out nuts if I'm taking this. Like, dude, James Cook is going to pick up 5. And like, let's not kid ourselves. The Ravens are the number 1 rushing defense in the league.
Yeah.
But if the Bills have the ball once a quarter, they're going to run the ball twice.
Yeah.
And if James Cook picks up 2 yards and 3 yards, that's 5. I love that.
Even if you have a 3 and
write
out.
It down.
Even if you have a 3 and
write
out.
That.
The hardest one for that is the first quarter.
Sure.
It always is because the first quarter.
If the Ravens take the whole quarter up, then I don't really care.
Well, they wouldn't take the whole quarter up, but that would be the only risk where it's like a 3 and out easy for the Bills. Ravens keep going, or vice versa, where it's like quick 3 and out for the Ravens, and then the Bills started with the ball and took 7-8 minutes for their drive, and then take another 7 for their second drive, and then there you go. The Ravens only touched the ball once, and Derrick Henry only had 4 yards.
Bro, if you think Derrick Henry's only gonna get 4 yards per quarter,
I had a buddy bet that, and the only quarter it was 15, I think, though.
Yeah, see, that's much higher, and I wouldn't even trust
Yeah.
James Cook. I think James Cook, if he has a terrible game, gets 5 rushing yards in each quarter. That's only 20 for the whole game.
Yeah, it gives you.
And they got to worry about Josh keeping it.
Yeah.
You got Josh Allen to record 5 rushing yards in each. Shakir reception in each quarter. Lamar 5 rushing yards in each quarter. I kind of love that one too, though. That's plus 260. That's the low. That James Cook 5 yards each quarter plus 165.
Okay, I like that.
I'm not taking it, but I like the.
The only one that worries me would be Derrick Henry to get 5 yards in each quarter, just because I've seen him
each team. Okay.
Yeah.
This one's interesting. Each team to score a rushing touchdown and a passing touchdown.
In the game?
Yep.
Oh, that's easy.
It's plus 130.
Yeah, that's not great.
No, it's not. That's why it's
Well, which ones are you taking?
Josh Allen.
for the game.
I wrote down Henry and Cook 5+ rushing yards every
Okay.
quarter
Okay.
because that's freaking.
Easy.
That's to me that's awesome. Yeah, and then I'm gonna go ahead and each team to score in all 4 quarters.
Okay.
Well, no, actually,
Let's
I
see.
was looking for that. No, I was looking for that race to.
Oh yeah, the race to the yards.
Yeah, but I'm not finding it. I thought it was inside player specials, but it must be inside game props. Oh, race to X points. Both teams to score
No,
X.
that'll just be points. I don't think that'll
Where
actually
did
be
I
like totals.
find? Is it inside of game leaders?
Sure.
Most receiving yards, most rushing yards. I don't want that. Dang, most receiving yards though. That's an interesting one. If you take Isaiah Likely to lead the game in receiving yards, it's plus 500.
Yeah, because he's not going to.
Shakir's the favorite.
And then Zay Flowers is next, right? Because he's
Zay's
playing.
not playing, bro. He hasn't practiced all week.
I thought he's still like gonna
He's
play.
not on this list at all. He's not on
Okay.
the list at all. And they took him. They took him out of the touchdowns too.
Hmm. So he's not playing at all. Okay.
I
That's
don't
good to know.
believe so.
We'll see if the book moves at all for the spread
Right?
on the game.
Is it inside player specials, player and game specials? No, it's not.
No.
Where did I find it last
I
time?
think that they might have had it and then they took it off because they change the game specials all the time. They don't always have the same
No,
ones.
here we go. Race to rushing yards.
Okay, he found it.
Yep. Lamar for 20 is plus 320. For 40 is plus 370. I'm gonna go ahead and trust Lamar again. Race to 20 at plus 320. He cashed last week. I'm gonna take him again. So
You
that'll
said
be my second.
320.
Yes, plus 320. Race to 20 rushing yards. It's the same exact numbers as last week, and I believe last week for 40 he was plus 380, or
Yeah,
maybe it was 360. They moved it up a little bit. But I'll take the 20 because it did cash last week, and it's because Lamar took the first. Derrick Henry had a 5-yard run, and I was worried, and then Lamar had like 3 straight runs, and he got to freaking 20 dumb fast. So
yeah.
we'll do that again. We'll
All
take
right.
him to beat him. All right, let me go. So I need 3 more props for the game. Let me go to freaking
You just need 3 more game
game.
props, right?
Yep.
Make a little parlay off of that.
Yeah, so we're going Texans, Chiefs. Each team that's pays nothing. I want to make this thing kind of similar to you. It's not gonna be near as
No,
crazy
it
as your
won't
touchdown
be.
score one, but I'm trying to find just some like off the cuff, just.
It's kind of hard from what I've heard to beat plus 222,000, but I could be wrong. Maybe somebody else can do that with 4
No,
picks.
it's certainly seeming that way. I'm wondering if I should take like quarters or halves. Like maybe I just take Texans money line first quarter.
Yeah, you could.
It's plus
Or you
190.
could just do the Texans race to 10 points at plus 225 or 235.
First drive.
Here we go. See, now we're just
Texans.
jumping into the freaking rabbit hole, and we're gonna be here
What?
for an hour.
I'm just looking. I'm looking. No. I'm not gonna try to keep it. Okay, I'm gonna go back to player specials on
Okay.
this too because they're interesting and they pay like mad. Okay, I like this one a lot. I think
Okay.
Pacheco and Mixon to each record 5+ rushing yards in each quarter.
Okay, so we're doing the same thing, but with Pacheco and Mixon.
Bro, it pays plus 1,200.
Okay.
Or you tell me because we're building this together live in front
Okay.
of I don't know how many viewers we have right now, but Stroud and Mahomes to each record 30 passing. That's plus 475.
No. Nope.
Do you like the 5 rushing yards?
I
or do you
love
like
the
30
5
passing?
rushing for Joe Mixon
Okay.
and Pacheco. They should
All
both
right,
get
it's in
5
there.
a quarter.
Block. That's 2 runs. That's 1 run from Pacheco realistically. Mixon all season.
It's
He's
plus
this
it's
is
plus
probably-
1,200 too, which I think is crazy. I'm taking that
It's
singly.
triple. It's triple what Derrick Henry and James Cook.
Yeah, and I think it's because Pacheco hasn't looked great, but Mixon has. So just take the odds that Pacheco gets a 5-yard carry every.
But you
quarter.
also know the Chiefs are gonna run the ball enough to get Pacheco.
Yeah, the only thing is I think the book thinks that Kareem Hunt's still going to be the main back, and we've already talked about this. It's not going to be the case. Pacheco is going to be the number one on that team.
Well, you don't think he will be, but I think even if he'll still be in there. He's still getting 5 rushes a quarter, I think.
Yeah, unless they just think that the Texans' defense is that good that they can stop the Chiefs and force a 3-and-out, which could also be.
Which could be.
But I don't think so. I don't think there is a defense good enough to stop Mahomes.
All right, let's see.
Especially in the playoffs.
I don't love that. I don't love that. See, this one's gonna get interesting. See, I don't like this one at all. Amon-Ra and Terry each 5+ receiving. I think that's dumb.
Yeah, it is.
Because I've
a lot
seen
has to
Florin
go into that.
Until
That's
the
the
third
problem.
quarter.
You should do rushing yards again, 5 in each. Do David Montgomery and Brian Robinson.
I don't see it. That's why I'm looking for it, and I don't see it. It's all Amon-Ra and Terry McLaurin.
Okay.
Goff to record a passing touchdown in each quarter. I would never take.
I mean,
this one's interesting. It pays a ton. Each team, and this is for the whole game, to score 2 rushing touchdowns and 2 passing touchdowns.
Each team to do that?
Yep.
Yeah, if it's an over game, then for sure.
It's plus 1,800.
Yeah.
Let me see if I got anything else though. Looks better than that. Each team to score in all 4 quarters. That's scary if one team runs the ball and takes 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Goff 50 passing yards in each quarter. That's a lot of yards.
He does throw the ball a lot.
And then you got Jaden Daniels for the same thing.
Never.
Yeah, it's a lot of T-Mac and the other.
Yeah.
T-Mac and Autumn. Jared Goff and Jaden Daniels to record 15 passing yards.
That's not bad.
That's minus money.
Yeah.
I'm going to take the 2 rushing and 2 passing, both teams. That's 8 total touchdowns for them.
Yeah. You're trying to catch up to me, which is kind of cute. I mean, what's that, plus 1,800?
This one's plus 1,800, yeah.
Yeah, so plus 18 and plus 12, and then what was the one for the other one?
Plus 4.
100?
Yeah.
Okay.
What do you think we're at?
I don't know, probably like 20 or 30.
Plus 123, 400.
Well, it's because you have a plus 1,200 and 1,800, so it's not going to happen. But it's fun. That's why we're doing it. It's fun.
Yep. One last one. Kyron and Saquon to each record 5 rushes. How do you like that one?
Yep. Lock that in there.
It's minus 140.
Yeah, but it's still going to bump the parlay up.
If I throw this in, this thing goes to a 211, 614.
That's perfect.
Do we like it?
Yeah. Because Saquon and Kyron, there's a reason that one's minus money and the other one's plus 1,200. Like, they think that's going to happen for sure.
I'm going to pull the Commanders-Lions one out because I think Pacheco and Mixon could get 5 yards rushing. But let me pull this out and just see what the thing moves to, right? Okay, it drops to an 11,000.
Yeah. Wonder why.
Okay, so let's go back to that game. I might just throw it back in. Let's see. Is there a different one that just seems more likely? Each team to score quarters, I don't love it. Why do they think B-Rob's going to rush? Dude, they say B-Rob 5 yards in each quarter. That feels like a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't the Lions' defense pretty good?
Yeah, but it's banged up.
But it's not as... They got Anzalone back, and he was a big deal in that game against the Vikings. He shut freaking... Yeah. He basically by himself shut down Hawkinson.
Yep. Hawkinson hasn't been the same since he came back from injury, though.
Well, they haven't been really trying to get him the ball enough. I don't...
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what do you trust better? 2+ touch rushing, 2+ passing touchdowns for each touchdown in each half.
Or a rushing and a passing in each half?
No, they need 2 rushing and 2 touchdowns for the whole game.
Or what was
that was the other one that I had? That was the one I had in there.
What was the second one?
Each team to score 1 touchdown and 1 field goal in each half.
I like that one more.
Do you?
Yeah, I do. The touchdown and field goal,
the Commanders don't even... Bro, but I've been screwed so much this year by teams not freaking
So the issue with that pick in general, right? Just to shed a little bit of light on this, okay? On the field goal and the touchdown in each half, right?
Yes.
If the Lions get up 21-0, the Commanders are never kicking a field goal.
Right, because
Or if
they're
they're
like
ever
winning
up, or
touchdowns
if
to
the
win the
Lions
game.
are ever up by 14, the Commanders will go for it on a 4th and 16. They're not kicking a field goal because it's the playoffs. You
Right.
need to win. So that's the issue that you run into with field goals, is the fact that there's a really good chance that that does happen, and one team gets down to a big lead or gets up to
Mm-hmm.
a big lead, and then you're screwed because they will never use
Right.
their kicker.
Right.
Hmm.
Because the rest of these are just outlandish. Like Terry McLaurin to have 3 catches. That's not gonna. He's not having 12 catches.
No.
Each team to score in all 4 quarters, like we said, like that's scary. Goff and Daniels 30 yards each quarter. That's
Nope.
tough
Nope.
too.
I'm not taking it. I'm not touching it.
I got Commanders to score in all 4 quarters and Detroit to score in all 4 quarters.
Yeah, and what are the payouts on those?
Minus
Yeah.
175 and plus one,
Yeah.
plus 200.
I knew the Commanders would be plus money, but the Lions definitely minus.
McLaurin 1 catch a quarter is plus 180, and I don't even think this game.
Oh, I like that. One catch a quarter for McScorin. Yeah, I like that a
Or
lot.
Amon Ra 5 receiving yards each quarter.
I
That's
like that
scary
one.
too.
I
Because
like that one the best because that's easy. Like,
is it, dude?
yeah,
What if they don't even throw to him in the first quarter?
they're going to. It's Amon Ra. He's the
Amon
sun
Ra
god.
1 reception each quarter plus 115.
Hmm.
Amon Ra 5 yards each quarter. You like that?
I like the one catch each quarter for McLaurin.
What about Jaden Daniels 5 rushing yards each quarter?
That's not bad either. I'd take that in a heartbeat.
That
He
pays
runs it a
that pays
lot.
out better.
Yeah,
So that would make this parlay a 34,000.
which is good because the plus 1800. That's the one that you took out, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's a reason for that. But I will say, if this is a high-scoring game, I can see 4 touchdowns from each team. You're at 56 points, but I mean,
Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do, just for the video, right?
yeah,
We're gonna do both. So we're gonna throw in the 211,000. So for those 4 picks, you've written these down or no?
oh yeah, dude, I got them all written down.
So you have Derrick Henry, you've got Isaiah Pacheco and Mixon, which is all the running backs.
Yeah.
And if I could do that for this game, I would. If I got B-Rob for 5 rushing yards each quarter and Gibbs or Montgomery, I would definitely do that. But they don't even have that option. So for the 4th pick, I'm gonna do each team to score 2 rushing and 2 passing touchdowns in the game, which pays out plus 211,614 on DraftKings.
Nice.
And then just because I think the other 3 picks are gold, that pays plus 11,000. If you want those 3 picks, take them and run with it. It's plus 11,000, which is really freaking. And then but what we're gonna do for the 4th pick is we're gonna take Jaden Daniels 5+ rushing yards in each quarter as the 4th pick. That pays out plus 34,442. We just did that live on stream, and there that is for you guys out there in the Matrix.
In the Matrix, yep. Probably make a short out of it or something.
Well, if we're gonna make a short, somebody should go through each pick, and then we can actually make.
Yeah, which we can.
You want to do that?
Do you?
No, I mean I'm gonna be the one editing.
I mean, yeah, I think I have them all written down here. What was your
I'll correct you if you're wrong.
Yeah, but what was the? I have all 3 except for the Ravens game. Which one do you end up taking on that? Because the Ravens game, just to be honest with you, you gave like 5. So, like, I have 5 of those picks written down. So which one did you take?
Ravens, the one I took, Derrick Henry, James Cook, 5+ rushing yards each quarter.
Okay, so it's just like that one. So you have 3 just like that.
Yes, correct. I have all like those 3 games. I have both running backs 5 yards each quarter.
Okay, so I'll jump into it then. So we just built this live on stream. Here we go. It's for the shorts, for YouTube, all that. We got Derrick Henry and James Cook to record 5+ rushing yards each in each quarter. Then we're going on to Kyron and Saquon Barkley, each to record 5 yards in each quarter. Then we're doing the same thing again for Pacheco and Mixon, both to record 5 yards each in each quarter. Then Lions Commanders, we need 2 passing touchdowns and 2 rushing touchdowns by each team in the game. Pays out plus 211,000.
Woo! That's
a big
massive.
one. That's juicy. It's not going to hit, people.
Very juicy.
It's not going to hit. But if it does.
Okay, all right, I'll do the small one.
Yep.
All right, sounds good. So, guys, this one, it pays out plus 34,000 34,002 over on DraftKings. We got Derrick Henry and James Cook to each 5+ rushing yards in each quarter. We've got Isaiah Pacheco and Joe Mixon to each record 5+ rushing yards in each quarter. We've got Kyron Williams and Saquon Barkley to each record 5+ rushing yards in each quarter. And then our final pick is Jaden Daniels to record 5+ rushing yards in each quarter by himself. That is 4 picks, 1 from each game. It pays out plus 34,402 on DraftKings.
There we go. It's easy money if you can get it, and we'll see if it pays out or not. But it's fun making the ones that probably aren't going to hit. It's nice to live in this fantasy land of we could make out like mad here, which is fun.
Well, and also it's the playoffs. We had a whole year of being smart, really, really choosing our picks wisely. And now it's you know what? We had a great year. We had a winning year. We've got some extra money in the bag. And these aren't ones we're saying full unit on. It's take a unit, cut it in 10, and throw one on this, one on that, one on this, one on that. And just
a couple on the touchdown scores that we gave.
At the end of the day, if you're a professional gambler, you're probably not even watching this video. But if you're a regular, everyday gambler, which is what this shows more, it's you got into gambling because it's fun. So let's get back to the fun. And this is what that's what this whole live video is about. It's having a good time and having fun. Not to say we're not putting thought into the picks or we're not giving out picks we think are going to hit. But some of these, wild parlays that have crazy payouts, those are just for.
Yeah, exactly. It's not guaranteed hey, bet this and, be a millionaire overnight. It's nothing like that. We're not saying, mortgage the house, take out a credit card, a new credit card and put it all on the bet. We're saying, hey, take a little bit of chump change, throw it on this thing, and just have fun watching the games. It's only 4 picks. It's not that hard. It's only 4 games, just a pick from each game. It's pretty simple. But, yeah, it's just for the fun of the game, add a little bit more excitement to it because you can have your normal picks and all that kind of stuff just like we do. But then in the back of your mind, hey, I got this massive one, though, and I just checked a leg off of it. And that's huge.
Sure.
Yeah.
And if you want to bet these all single, they all pay mad. They all pretty much pay mad. The Jaden is plus 210. Kyron and Saquon is minus money. But Derrick Henry, James Cook, 5+ yards in each quarter.
Yeah.
Rushing. That's plus 400, dude, by itself. I love that.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, the only worry in that one is that the Ravens.
Yeah, no, the Ravens defense is really good, and that's the problem. But
if the Bills get the ball twice.
Exactly. What are we
in
talking
the first
about?
Quarter,
it's the Bills. They're at home.
Yeah.
Dude, don't even talk to me about it. But that's all that we got for you guys tonight. Hope you guys, either watch this with us and if you guys didn't comment, that's fine. It doesn't matter. But if you guys watch this in the future, enjoy the games on Sunday and on Saturday. And we'll catch you guys Sunday night for our recap video. And other than that, anything else you want to say out before we close this thing down?
No, I'll just say the same thing I said in one of the other videos. I think let's enjoy it, guys. We got what? After tomorrow, after this week, we got 2. So let's really just enjoy it. We love football. That's why we're betting on it. That's why we watch it. It's a great sport. So let's enjoy these games. We got the 8 best teams that were able to make it this far. So let's really just crack open a cold one, get some nachos or whatever it is you eat, and let's just enjoy it, man. It's fun.
Let's enjoy it, and let's beat the book too. Let's hit on one of these plus 200,000s.
Amen, dude.